For over a century, scientists warned that the Earth's climate was changing as a result of human action, what the United Nations now calls the defining crisis of our time. In anticipating the effects of climate change, the South African government has taken steps to update its commitment to the Nationally Determined Contribution, NDC, the cornerstone of the country's climate change response. South Africa's plans and initiatives to create a green economy have positioned the country to take the lead on the continent as an environmental and green economy champion and a global contributor through the country's membership to the Partnership for Action on Green Economy, PAGE. Since the formation of PAGE, many countries have officially declared a state of climate emergency, and Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the UN, has urged all other countries to do so until carbon neutrality is reached. To be able to deliver on its mandate, PAGE is supported by the generous contributions of its donor partners, and it brings together 5 United Nations agencies. PAGE enjoys productive and strategic partnerships in South Africa with government departments.
Greetings, my name is Thuli Khumalo. I am the Deputy Director General responsible for climate change, equality and sustainable development in the National Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment. South Africa joined this program in 2015 as part of the outcomes of the Rio Plus 20. It has been a very beneficial program to us because it also aligns with our national priorities, our national development plan, our climate change policy and all other pieces of work that we are doing.
PAGE works with its in-country partners in the country to envision policies, to provide technical support and analysis, coordinate activities and interventions, undertake research, and support skills and capacity development. This is how PAGE supports countries to put a greener and more inclusive economy into action.
South Africa is one of the first recipients of PAGE Green Recovery Funds. PAGE is a great initiative that shows how several UN agencies can deliver jointly by leveraging the unique strength and experience of each agency to provide the most suitable analysis, tools, and policy advice to the country.
The South African government has adopted the green economy as one of its policy priorities. This is reflected in the National Development Plan Vision 2030, which put green economy at the center of the government's development efforts.
It puts sustainability at the heart of economic policies and practices to advance the 2030 agenda for the Sustainable Development Goals and supports nations and regions in reframing economic policies and practices around sustainability to foster economic growth, create income and jobs, reduce poverty and inequality, and strengthen the ecological foundations of their economies.
PAGE's work in South Africa is grouped under 3 outcomes, starting with national policy making. Several achievements fall under this outcome, such as the Green Economy Inventory for South Africa, undertaken in collaboration with the South African government, principally through the DFFE and with the ILO and the UN Environment.
The Green Economy Inventory for South Africa is actually a document that looks much more deeper for us to have a deeper understanding of the green economy actions that would be required to place South Africa on a low carbon trajectory.
The second outcome is sectoral and thematic reform. This includes stimulating dialogue and collaboration, increasing understanding, accelerating reform, and supporting ownership of these matters.
UNIDO's contribution to PAGE focuses on industrial policy advice and its implementation through industry engagement in capacity building and public-private partnerships.
The Green Economy Industry and Trade Analysis, or GITA, was one of the outputs of PAGE South Africa, and here they identified water technology as an important contributor to a green economy.
Under this outcome, as a member agency of PAGE, UNDP in South Africa came together with the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, the Oliver Tambo Foundation, and the Wits School of Governance to convene on the O.R. Tambo debate series in 2017 and 2018. The debate series focused on challenges and benefits of the green economy. It reflected on transitioning to a low-carbon, climate-resilient economy in a just and socially equitable manner while promoting environmental sustainability. 3 multi-stakeholder debates were convened as part of the National Planning Commission's consultation process to identify pathways for a just transition.
United Nations Development Program in South Africa is working with PAGE and the Department of Monitoring and Evaluation in the Presidency on how to achieve just transition to green economy and low carbon economy in South Africa.
As part of the third outcome, the South African government is equally proud of efforts made in strengthening capacity through the long-term integration of green economic principles into national education programs, and thereby shaping the kinds of skills and knowledge required to create a thriving green economy.
UNITAR is delighted to be a part of the PAGE partnership, which has been working in South Africa since 2016. And UNITAR's precise mandate is to support skills development, training, and the whole area of learning for a green economy.
The Green Economy Learning Assessment Report for South Africa is one such project. This work constructively critiqued inadequate environmental skills planning and provisioning locally and identified impactful ways to change this.
This work is very critical to some of the critical development paths that we are looking to in the country to ensure that going forward we have this green economic recovery and stimulus package that meets the needs of our developing society, ensuring that as we develop as a nation, we develop sustainably and we protect the environment for current and future generations.
The world around us has changed, and in the current environment, South Africa faces the challenge of promoting short-term economic recovery from the impact of COVID-19 whilst ensuring long-term, environmentally sustainable prosperity.
The work done by Partnership for Action on Green Economy South Africa as part of the inclusive green recovery post-COVID-19 is a combination of upstream policy work as well as downstream interventions to support youth and women-owned green enterprises.
To complement the evidence-based research for policymakers, PAGE will also work with green entrepreneurs by supporting the growth of green solutions and ventures through initiatives that support youth and youth-led organizations. This belief in providing support to youth and women-owned green ventures will stimulate innovation for greener and just economic recovery. With an eye on tomorrow, the South African government has published the Economic Reconstruction and Recovery Plan to put the South African economy on an inclusive, transformative growth path. A green economy has deep roots to help countries weather storms just like the one we are currently facing in COVID-19 and the post-pandemic recovery. Partnering and collaborating is key to this. Upon reflection, PAGE has certainly lived up to its intention of forging partnerships and network in South Africa. Each stakeholder is a node in a network, a strong branch emerging from the core purpose, and they are each branching out further in their own spheres of action and influence.